At last Photokina, Fujifilm made a huge announcement, and today we have hands-on on it, so keep on watching. Welcome back to the Fuji Guys channel. My name is Francis. Today we're going to give you a quick sneak peek of the GFX100. I'm going to talk about the top points that I think you should be interested in. So first off, it features a 102 megapixel BSI CMOS sensor. It's a 16-bit sensor and has about 14 stops of dynamic range. And of course, you can choose to record in 14-bit as well. And just like all of our latest camera, it utilized the latest quad-core X Processor 4 engine. Now, one of my favorite things, this being a Fujifilm camera, this brings on the legacy of the color science that Fujifilm has built over the years. So you get access to film simulations to suit different styles, whether it be portrait or landscape. And of course, this camera features Eterna, the cinema motion picture film stock. The GFX100 features a 5.76 million dots EVF with a 0.86 times magnification. The EVF is also removable and compatible with the tilt adapter. The camera is made of magnesium alloy to ensure durability. It is also weather sealed. Now, looking at the design of the camera, we now have a built-in grip with a lot of buttons that are customizable. There's also a touchscreen to the back. And unlike all of our Fujifilm cameras, we've gone away from the dial kind of design to go back to a more traditional front and rear command dial operation. Now, on the vertical grip, you will find duplicates of the buttons you would find on the normal grip, including the AF joystick and the Q menu button, as well as function buttons. On the back of the camera, it features a 3.2 inches LCD display, which, as I said before, is a touchscreen. It is still a three-way tilt, so it is good for low and high shooting, also as portrait shooting if you want to use the LCD. If you want to clear out that screen, just under the LCD screen you have a new sub monitor which can display 6 or 8 settings from your camera. So if you want to clear out your screen to have it clean, you can have these information displayed on this sub LCD. Looking at the top of the camera, you have a newly improved and bigger sub LCD monitor that is sharper as well, and you can display 3 different types of display, including some virtual dials. Looking at the ports on one side of the camera, you have a mic input as well as headphones if you want to shoot video. You do have USB-C connection for transferring your pictures, charging the batteries in the camera, or actually powering the camera itself. Under that, you have a micro HDMI connection if you want to connect your GFX100 to a 4K recorder, for example. And then right under that, you do have an AC 15 volt to connect the GFX100 to a constant AC power if you need to. On the other side of the camera, you do have a 2.5 millimeter connector for a remote. And on top of that, you do have a dual card slot for SD cards that are both UHS 2. At the bottom of the camera, you will find into the grip the battery tray, which holds 2 NPT125 batteries that are included with the camera that will give you up to 800 shots per charge. So in terms of autofocus, the GFX100 is revolutionary. It features 425 AF points, which are 100% phase detection autofocus, making it really quick. In addition to that, it features face and eye detection, which is great for portraits, and also for photos and for videos. Now, talking about revolutionary, this camera features in-body image stabilization, which can work up to 5.5 stops, both in photos and videos. The IBIS and sensor unit are mounted separately from the body to minimize any possibility of shutter shock. Now, going into the video side of things, this camera can shoot 4K video up to 30 frames per second with no crop. You get 420 10-bit at 400 megabits a second in the camera, and if you use an external recorder, you can get 422 10-bit. It also offers a lot of features very useful for video making, just like F-Log, Hybrid Log Gamma. You got zebras as well for your highlights. You get time coding, just a bunch of features, making this camera very suitable for filmmaking. As a matter of fact, this whole scene we've been shooting with the GFX100. So this is just a quick sneak peek at the GFX100, but if you want to see a full in-depth first look video, make sure you stay tuned. So subscribe to our Fuji Guys channel, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, And until the next time, c'était Francis pour le Fuji Guy.